want to talk to you about the power of visualization. To do Pilates correctly, you must first do the move in your head, and then your body will follow. That's the mind-body connection, and it's at the heart of Pilates. Joseph Pilates said, ideally, our muscles should obey our will. In other words, you must think before you move even an inch. Here's a hint. Totally focus on your breath, and it will help you move in and out of each exercise. Remember, engage your mind, and your body will follow. How do you engage your mind to move your body? Well, it's easy when you focus on the guiding principles of Pilates. The first guiding principle is concentration. Concentrate on each move before you execute it. Second, control. Don't jerk the move. Modify it if you have to. Center. Everything happens from your powerhouse or your torso muscles. Flow. Link each move like it's a dance. And precision. Make the moves look easy by mind control. And of course, focus on your breath. And flip around for a new exercise, which is called neck pull. This is the ultimate tummy trimmer. Talk about lean and healthy body, this is it. So I'm going to open Barbie's legs just about hip width. So that's 2 fists. And I'm going to have her flex those feet so she's engaging the back thigh muscles. Those are the hamstrings. Her hands behind her head. Now she's going to lift the chin to the chest, peel the spine off the mat. Now, great. Nose right between the knees. Inhale up, bone by bone by bone. Now flex. Good. Lean back and exhale, roll it down. 4 steps. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, nose right between the knees. Inhale up, rolling up, bone by bone by bone, flat back. There's your extension. Exhale, tilt the pubic bone and roll down. There's that belly work. This is a hard exercise. She's doing beautifully. Of course, she has a beautiful body, beautifully lean body. Inhale up. And exhale, roll it down. Good. Bend those knees. Go ahead into a shoulder bridge. So to engage as many muscles as we can and sculpt that body, I'm going to hold his legs. Now he's got skinny little legs, so his legs don't always go together, but I am going to try to get him to fire into those inner thighs, and I'm going to hold his legs, fingertips up to the ceiling. Now watch, real quickly. Now I'm going to ask you to pull your ribs down right here. Look at that ab engagement. Now we're firing into all those abs. Shoulders down. Good. And pull those abs in. And here we go. Inhale, lift the chin to the chest. Exhale, pull the belly button all the way back. And I'll just give them a little stretch. Look at your belly. Your belly's your friend. Make sure that your abdominals are pulled back to the spine. Inhale, tilt the pubic bone. Now roll it down. Use those legs to hold you. Good. And fingertips up. Let's do that again. Wasn't that beautiful? Inhale. Exhale. Let's hear it for the boys. Woo! And inhale, exhale, roll it down, one bone at a time. So we're working the belly on the way down in what is called an eccentric contraction. So inhale, lift. Here is a concentric contraction, squeezing the muscles, making a muscle. And now as we roll it back, we're lengthening the muscles out, and look at that length. That's how we lengthen our muscles in Pilates. There is length in strength. Let's do a couple more, Kobe, okay? Inhale, exhale, belly button back to the spine, and tilt the pubic bone. Last one, I promise. So you can do about 5 to 8 of these. Inhale, and exhale, roll it up. Beautifully done. Nice work. Inhale and exhale. Good. And hold right there. Good. Roll over onto our belly for our swimming, although we're not going to get our toes wet, I promise you. All right, Kobe, you ready? This is the best back exercise. Strengthens all the muscles of the back. So straighten those arms out, legs out. Now you're gonna, good, and just lower down and relax for a second. Good. Now lift your leg. Now lift the arm. Good, and lower them down. And now you're gonna do the other side. Lift and low. Look, he looks like he's already taking off for a swim. So let's do that again. Look at all that beautiful back work that he's working, all those muscles, the buttocks, the hamstring, and the back. One more time. And lower down. And now can you take a swim with me? Inhale in, arms, keep it going. And exhale, there he goes. Not getting his toes wet. Wonderful, and relax. And sit back and rest in a child's pose. All right, let's stretch our hamstrings. Let's take the right leg up, interlace your hands. Your hamstrings are the muscles of the back of the leg, and they attach onto your butt bones. So we have a tendency to sit all day long, and these muscles get short. So it's a great idea to stretch them every day. So let's work on our Pilates breath. We inhale through the nose, exhale, and stretch the leg so the toes come a little bit closer to the nose. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, and one more time. Inhale and exhale, and ankle rolls. 1 and 2 and 3. Sometimes they snap, crackle, and pop, which means you definitely need movement in your ankles, and reverse it. So we're stretching the ligaments and tendons and muscles of their foot. Sometimes they need attention too. And hold, and let's go into a flex and a point and a flex and a point. Last one, flex and point. Hands by your side. Now take a look at your alignment. You want those shoulders down, and make sure that your head is lengthening from the top of the tippy top of your head. Here we go with our leg circles. Inhale, exhale, and circle 1. Inhale and exhale, circle 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Reverse it. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze those inner thighs as the leg comes up. Again. 2 more. Last one. And bring your knee in. And let's change those legs. Okay, so sometimes when your hamstrings are tight, it pulls on that pelvis area. And when it pulls on that pelvis area, it takes you out of that neutral spine alignment. So again, we really want to focus on stretching our hamstrings. So hands behind your thigh. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale and stretch. Inhale and exhale and stretch. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale and stretch. Now let's go into our ankle rolls. Believe it or not, posture does happen from the ground up. So we really want to make sure our feet are healthy as well as the rest of our body. And let's reverse the ankles. Rolls. And flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point. Hands by your side. Let's go ahead and start our leg circles. Inhale and exhale and circle 1. Inhale and exhale, circle 2. Inhale and exhale, circle 3. And 4. And 5. Now reverse it. Inhale and exhale and 1. Inhale and exhale, 2. Inhale and exhale, 3. And 4. And 5. Bring your leg down. Give yourself a big hug. And then bring the other leg in. And just cool off the back just a little bit. And you can look from side to side, stretch the neck. Today we're focusing on the stomach muscles with this intermediate Pilates work. These moves will help strengthen the abs, where then they need just a little toning, or if it's time to really trim that tummy. The truth is, I hate crunches. I crunched my little heart out, and all I ended up with was a big fat belly bulge. And here's why. Because a crunch works the most superficial abdominal muscles. Now, I've talked about your abdominal muscles before, so let's review them. So we have the transverse, which is our deepest abdominal muscle. It's kind of like a little corset, a little band around our waist. And it is actually a spinal stabilizing muscle. And then on top of that, we have our internal obliques, our external obliques, and then our rectus abdominis. And that's the muscle, the rectus and the external obliques, that's mostly used in a crunch. In Pilates, on the other hand, we work the deeper muscles, which you'll get in touch with during this workout. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, rolling it down one bone at a time. We're going to go right into our Pilates footwork. So our heels are in a Pilates V. The knees are directly over the hip bones. Our hands are behind our head. Lift the chin to the chest. Now maintain that neutral spine. And here we go. Inhale, squeeze those inner thighs, and exhale, belly button to the spine. Inhale out and exhale. This is a dip your toes in the water, and now it's going to become a double leg lift. Hands behind your head. Your toes are in a Pilates V. You're in a nice neutral spine. Here's your wrap. Inhale the legs down. Now, you're going to use the belly, again, to bring the legs up. No momentum. Inhale down, ribs down, and exhale up. Good, I'm going to have her curl up just a little bit more. Ooh, now you see those abs working. Inhale down, and she's shaking, and exhale up. Let's do it again. Inhale down, and exhale up. Of course, we want to have a nice toned tummy, but the real benefit of having strong abs is because it supports your back as well. What does strong and slim feel like? It's feeling good in your own skin. Not a reflection of others' opinion of you, but of your own spirit. I'm here to help you feel good about yourself. That's why today's workout focuses on adding intensity to our beginner Pilates moves by adding the magic circle. This little device adds just the right amount of resistance to strengthen and sculpt your body. And when you're strong and healthy, that's when you feel great about yourself. And we're going to roll over to our backside to work an exercise called shoulder bridge with our magic circle. Now, the magic circle will help get you in touch with the inner thighs, pelvic floors, and those belly muscles that we've been talking about all through class. I want you to coordinate them to get a better workout and, of course, sculpt and tone your body. All right, so here we are with Nicole. Nice neutral spine, the shoulders are down, she's got that beautiful long neck, and we're just going to work with a few pelvic tilts. So just going to lift the belly button up, good, and squeeze the magic circle, nice, and lower down, good. So lift the belly button up and underneath the ribs, and exhale down. So it's a lot to think about and a lot to coordinate. And Deborah's using a towel for those of you who do not have a magic circle, so you can feel your inner thighs, pelvic floors, and your belly working. So I'm working, go ahead and lift the belly button up underneath the ribs. You're feeling that connection right from the hip bone to hip bone. Those are your lower abs working. Now we're going to take this and peel the spine off the mat all the way up. Good. So now the booty's working. Woohoo! And now your hamstrings are working. And now roll it down, bone by bone by bone. Sink right through those ribs. Good. And inhale. Now exhale, tilt the pubic bone and roll it up. So this is actually a lot of work for the belly muscles, the back muscles, the booty, the hamstrings, roll it down bone by bone by bone. I promised you a better booty, and this is the exercise that delivers. It's called beats on the belly. Let's get ready to change our behinds. You ready? On our tummies, crossing our hands on top of one another, drop your head down and rest your upper back. Now you do want to firm up the fanny, and you want to firm up those hamstrings, and remember our pubic bone and our 2 hip bones are down, and we're going to lift our belly button up to give our back a little support. Lift the legs up and click your heels together. Here's our breath work. Inhale for 5. Inhale. Exhale and lift the belly up higher. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Click those heels together. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. And rest your legs. Sit and rest in a child's pose for a second. Are you ready to work those abs? How about you ladies? Let's go ahead and find our scoop. So we're sitting again on our butt bones. Our heels are together. We're still going to maintain that little bit of a Pilates V. And we're going to sit in a nice neutral spine. Remember our neutral spine, maintaining the natural curves of our neck, our thoracic, and our lumbar spine. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale. Now we tilt that pubic bone up and we scoop out those abs. So think about an ice cream scooper and scooping out those abs. Inhale up to grow tall. Exhale, scoop those abs. Now when you scoop your abs, you should feel them working. Yeah, the belly's working. Inhale up, grow tall, pits to hips. Exhale, roll it down. Let's do a couple more. Inhale up. So again, a nice warm up for the back. Exhale. Ooh, we're getting a little bit more challenging. Let's take this one all the way down to the ground, ladies. And exhale, roll it down, drag that breath out, and bend those knees. Good. The next move is a workout for our thighs. You ready, Deborah? You ready? All right. Now, if you don't have a ball, please follow along with Nicole. She'll be doing the same exact exercises without the ball. Deborah and I are going to be putting the ball between our legs. Now we're going to practice our scoop as we roll down using our belly muscles. All the way down. Good. Now the ball stays between your thighs and I want you to bring those legs up. And you're going to squeeze the ball about 10 reps here. But I want to talk to you about your alignment of your legs. Your hip bones, your knees, and your ankles and your toes all should be in alignment in a nice V. A lot of times in my classes, my students do funky things with their feet. I really want active feet. And I want you to think about squeezing the ball from the inner thighs. So here we go. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale and release. Inhale, squeeze, and exhale, release. So this is hard for one thing, and you really feel your inner thighs engaged. How you doing, Deborah?
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I could feel it too. And yes, those are my legs shaking. Take the ball out and rest. All right.